Hello friends, welcome to Only IAS. In today's video, we will be discussing a very important component from Indian Express Explained section that is regarding RBI monetary policy. Now you are very well aware that very recently RBI has come up with some announcement regarding changes in this monetary policy. So we will be discussing this particular thing, keeping in background the base that is this particular explained column in Indian Express, that is Reserve Bank's policy thrust monetary tightening to tackle the inflation, right? And we'll be discussing this topic holistically from pre, mains as well as interview perspective. Especially for the interview giving candidates this year, this topic might hold a lot of significance as a lot of questions can be asked regarding this. And you can also relate this particular topic from GS3, that is Indian economy and issues related to planning, right? So let's start the video. So first thing is I want to discuss what exactly is MPC or Monetary Policy Committee. See, there are a total of 6 members in MPC, right? 3 of them come from RBI and the other 3 are nominated by the government. In those that come from RBI, one is RBI Governor. Along with RBI Governor, there are 2 other members from RBI. Most of the times one is Deputy Governor from here and another is another member from RBI, right? On the side of government, there are 3 members that are nominated by the government, right? Now, how the decisions are taken in case of MPC? See, let us take a case. Let's say there's a particular proposal and 4 people vote in favor of it and 2 vote in against of it. Now, since there is a clear majority, right? So, since there is a clear majority here, whatever the decision these 4 people have taken, that will be considered. So, majority rule applies in this case. There is a particular case as well when there is a tie condition. Tie condition means, let's say 3 particular person are in favor of something while 3 are against it. Now what will happen in that case when there is a tie? In that case, the RBI governor has a casting vote, right? So whatever accordingly later on when RBI governor decides, that will be taken off. So in case of a tie, it is the casting vote of RBI governor that determines the decision, right? Important thing is, what does MPC do? It helps in setting benchmark interest rate, right? So whatever the benchmark interest rate is, that will be set by Monetary Policy Committee, and on the basis of that, whatever loans people are getting from banks, those will be impacted from this as well. And there is a particular condition that MPC has to meet at least 4 times a year, right? These are some of the very important small facts which are possibly can come in your prelims. So it has to meet at least 4 times a year. So these were some of the important points. At the same time, another function of most important function of MPC is that is it has to maintain inflation within a range. And what is that range? That is 2 to 6%. Also you can say 4 plus minus 2%. So this has been the goal of Monetary Policy Committee, that it has to maintain inflation within these particular levels, right? So I hope you would have understood about MPC. Now let's discuss what are the key announcements that have been made recently. First important thing is repo rate, that is the rate at which RBI lends money to banks, right? RBI lends money to banks at this particular rate, that is repo rate, has been maintained at 4%. And this has been 11th consecutive time that it has remained unchanged. So RBI has consistently, or I should say Monetary Policy Committee has consistently maintained repo rate at 4%, seeking the current scenario. At the same time, reverse repo has been maintained at 3.35%. Now you know reverse repo rate as well. It is the rate at which banks park their excess funds with RBI. At the same time, RBI or I should say Monetary Policy Committee has maintained accommodative stance. Now some of you might not be knowing what is accommodative stance. I'll discuss that through an example. Let's say today you are studying, let's say 10 hours a day, right? Now I might ask you, after 2 months, how many hours will you be studying, right? Now some of you might tell me, okay, we will study either 10 hours or less than that, right? That is one case. Some of you might also say me that we will be studying around 10 hours. So you are not giving me exact number, but you are saying more or less around 10 hours only. There will be some other people who might be saying that we will be studying 10 or more than 10, right? So these are the 3 possible scenarios that you will be studying after 2 months, right? So basically I'm asking you about future. In future, how many hours will you be studying? So these are the 3 possible scenarios. In a similar manner, what happens is Monetary Policy Committee also tells us that what will be our stance in the future. What are we expecting? Is in the future repo rate will be decreasing, increasing, or it might be remaining more or less the same. So this is something regarding stance. So there are three possible stance. First is hawkish. What does hawkish mean? Hawkish means that the repo rate, it might remain same or it might increase, right? A very similar case to this one, 10 or more than 10 hours. So in hawkish, repo rate will either remain same or it may increase. What happens in case of neutral? See, in case of neutral, nothing is fixed. So it might increase, it might decrease, or it might remain same as well. So we are not clear what will be stance in the future. So that is known as neutral. What is the third case? Third is accommodative. What happens in accommodative? The repo rate in future will either be decreased or it will be remaining same. So these are the two possible scenarios that is corresponding to this case, either 10-hour study or less than 10 hours. So I hope you would have got through this example what are the meanings of hawkish, neutral and accommodative. So in the recent case, our Monetary Policy Committee has said that it will be maintaining a accommodative stance. So there is a possibility that repo rate in the future will either be remaining same or it might be decreased as well. But at the same time, Monetary Policy Committee has also said that it will engage in calibrated withdrawal of surplus liquidity to control inflation. Actually, as I told you, MPC has a target of maintaining inflation between 2 to 6%. But over the last some time, it has happened that inflation is crossing this 6%. Sometimes it has crossed, or sometimes it is almost very close to between 5 to 6%. So due to that reason, Monetary Policy Committee also needs to maintain that inflation is maintained. So there's some less possibility that repo rate might be decreased further. So in the future, it might remain the same, or over a long time, if I talk with you, it might be increased as well. So these are the few possibilities. At the same time, it has also said about standing deposit facility, right? Now try to understand what is SDF. See, what is reverse repo? In reverse repo, what happens? That banks park their excess money with RBI. And what happens? RBI gives them some particular interest. What is that? 3.35%. Now what happens? There is a involvement of collateral as well, such as government securities, right? So in case of reverse repo as well as repo rate, there is a involvement of collateral. But in case of standing deposit facility, there is no collateral. The most important point, in standing deposit facility, there is no collateral involved. So RBI wants to suck the liquidity from the market. So in this case, rather than using reverse repo, it is using standing deposit facility that does not involve the use of collateral, and due to this reason, it has to pay an interest rate which is more than 3.35%. See, 3.35% is the reverse repo, which involves collateral. Now in this case, we are not using any collateral. So due to this reason, a higher interest rate needs to be given, and that is 3.75%. What has happened is, during the COVID times, that is after, once the lockdown started, so there was a constant push from the RBI. It increased the liquidity. At current times, liquidity is more than what is required. So this excess liquidity is leading to inflation. So in order to control inflation, what RBI is doing, it is trying to absorb the excess liquidity, and it is making use of standing deposit facility that does not involve collateral, so as to ensure that inflation is kept under check. So I hope you would have understand what is standing deposit facility. At the same time, there are some other announcements such as CPI inflation is forecasted at 5.7%. At the same time, GDP projection at how much rate our GDP will be growing has been cut down from at 7.2%. Actually, at the starting, RBI had projected it will be growing at 7.8%, but now it has reduced to 7.2%. Now, why is there this reduction has been done? This has been done because oil prices have gone up, right? At the same time, commodity prices have gone up. Thirdly, the Russia-Ukraine crisis has been going on. So due to these 3-4 reasons, RBI is expecting that the growth rate in the future will not be 7.8%, it will be 7.2% for the coming year. At the same time, some other things such as cardless cash withdrawal will be made available for different banks and different ATMs. So it is trying to improve financial inclusion in the country. Some other announcements such as how to tackle cyber risk in digital payment. So these things have been also been announced in the latest announcement which has been made through RBI and the Monetary Policy Committee, right? So I hope you would have understand what are the changes that have been made. Also, what is Monetary Policy Committee? How does it take decisions? So we have covered both the static part as well as the current part. So I hope you would have got a clear 360-degree view of what exactly is this issue related to, right? So keep working hard. This is it for this video. Goodbye and good luck.